Hey everybody, it is April 5th, and just a second ago there were snow flurries flying around like crazy. Gotta love it. One day it'll be 50 degrees and beautiful out, and the next day it's freezing cold and there's flurries all around you. But thanks for all the comments and everything on bringing the 4055 home. That's home right now, obviously, and now we're just kind of buttoning things up, getting things ready to get out in the field. Just like everybody else, we're chomping at the bits, ready to get out there. So on the chisel plow, the only thing I had to do was that ratcheting binder or whatever it's called that adjusts the level of the chisel plow. I took that off and put a hydraulic cylinder on there, so now I can adjust the level of the chisel plow from the cab. So everything obviously before we go out in the field needs to be greased up. Next project will be this. This is the 950 or not a 950, but a 970 John Deere. And I brought a piece out to show you what we're going to be doing. These are going to get taken off because they are obviously very old and worn down. This one's bent, so that's why that's not worn down as much. But it's really simple. You have a bolt here. Take that bolt, pull that out. This pops out. You will take your new one, put that in. Put the bolt back. Well, we got new bolts, but put the bolt back on. And then down at the bottom, you have a hole for your blade, which goes on. Then once this part starts wearing down and looking like this, you'll take the bolt out, flip it over. So that'll be what we do on here. Not one of them, I got a couple questions actually. A lot of people want to know where the 3-point hitch arms were on our tractors. The 29, which was on the manure spreader last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I don't know. These days are starting to really just push together on me. So that's a mess right now because it was on the manure spreader. It needs to be pressure washed. The 45, the 29, the 4040, and the 4055 don't have the arms on it. And the reason why is we don't have anything on this farm. I shouldn't say anything. We have one thing on this farm that actually requires them. Everything's hitch drawn except for the Salford moldboard plow, the trash handler, as it's called. We're not even going to put the full 3-point on, just the 2-point arms. They go on here, and you will lift up your 2-point hitch arms to lift up the front. Then you have a hydraulic cylinder in the back, which lifts that up. And we really don't do a whole lot of moldboard plow anymore. My dad does that, and I do the chisel plow, and mostly all our ground's chisel plowed. So we don't put the arms on the tractors. There's really no point in having them there. They bang around on the wheels, unless you want to buy a bar, or I don't even know what the piece would call it, to go in between and put a little clamp on there so it holds them together. Or you can put baler twine. That would be awesome for that 4055. Get it all painted up real nice, and then wrap baler twine around the arms. Not gonna do it, but let me just show you quick the arms, or where it goes on the 4055. So basically, we'll bring the 4055, we'll back it into the shop, and what we'll do is you take this bolt out, not all the way out, but you take the bolt, the bushing stays in there, take the bolt, this slides out. You'll put your bottom hitch right in there. It'll come with 2 spacers to keep it from really rattling around in there. Slides back in, bolts tight. Up here, you take this cotter pin out, you slide this pin, slide this bigger pin out, and the top goes in, push in, pin in, cotter pin in. Same thing on the other side. It's really simple. It doesn't take that long. So, like I said, we don't moldboard a lot of acres. So there's no sense of having them banging around back there on the tractor. So I'm inside the shed now, and it is loaded up with all sorts of seed. We have corn seed. We have the green is alfalfa seed. And if we go around here, we even have some soybean seed. Most of them are bags, but we do have some pro boxes. But anyway, what I wanted to bring you in here and show you is when we got the 45 a couple years ago, it came with a 3-point hitch and this wonderful heavy duty quick hitch. And first I thought the quick hitch was pretty cool, even though we didn't have anything. We weren't going to plow with it, so whatever. I just thought it was pretty cool. I know when you hook up the hydraulic hoses, you're supposed to go over the top in case something happens and your 3-point hitch loses pressure and it settles down, then it won't rip the hoses out. When I was hooking something up, I was working on something, I can't remember, but all I do remember is coming up and hitting my head on this thing. That was the end of that. That thing's gone. It's been sitting in here ever since. So, no 3-point hitch for the 45. It'll be on for a month of the 40-55 out of the year. Never on the 29, never on the 40-40. However, if we come over here to the old 30-10, look at that. We have them. And if we come over to the 520, look at that. We have them. Don't know what we're going to use them for, but they're on there. They can bang around on these tractors, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Playing the waiting game. Right now, what we're going to be doing right now is what my dad will be doing right now. My dad is a Pioneer seed salesman, so obviously not all of this is ours. We don't cover nearly that much ground. And he'll be loading up a lot of this, sorting it out, loading it up, and it will be going to customers. I'll be hooking up the chisel plow, getting that out there, starting to plow, hopefully soon. I will say it was windy like crazy yesterday, and it did make things, it's kind of dirty back here, but it did kind of dry things up, all that wind. Yeah, so we got all that bad wind, and it kind of dried things up. It's not as soft. It's still pretty soft, but wasn't as bad as it has been. So, hoping, fingers crossed, we get things dried up. We can get out there soon. End of this month, like I said, today's the 5th. So, the end of this month, the 28th, there's a big auction coming up. I'm in Broome County, New York. The Broome County Farm Bureau holds a big auction, and all sorts of stuff is there. And I know my family comes up from New Jersey. They like to go to it. So I'll be taking some video of that. Hopefully some videos before that, because that's still a couple weeks away. So that's going to be a busy week for me. So that's about it. Quick update on things, just showing you things. Keep those subscriptions coming. I appreciate every one of you. Keep the comments coming, keep the thumbs up coming, and I will be seeing you again shortly. Thanks again.